Chapter 2. Papa wakes me early. He wants to walk down by the river because he has some things he wants to tell me. He's whispering. I feel my stomach start balling up. The last time Papa said he wanted to talk with me, the news was about Mama and it was very bad. I pull Peter's skinny little wrist off my arm. It's like sleeping with a rolling pin. He's always turning over and turning around, and besides that, I never have any covers and I always have to check and see if he's wet the bed. I roll away from him and up against Bertie. She opens her eyes and lets out a holler, the way she always does when she wakes up fast, as if the wake-up world is too hard to be in. I tell her, "Shh, Bertie, it's okay," even though I know it's not, because why else would Papa want to walk down to the river? Then Bertie falls back to sleep, and I'm the only one awake. Even our cat, Big Pumpkin Face, is sleeping. I think about what Papa wants to tell me. My belly is a hard, tight spring. Then Papa comes back and asks me why I'm still in bed for. I believe my bed wants me to stay. I listen to it. It tells me it does like my company very much. It starts humming that happy tune that makes me start to feel better about things. Then Papa is back, and this time he says, "Charlie Ann," and it is not soft. It is mad, with a lot of hurry around the edges. I get up and tell him I can't get dressed with him watching over me. "I'll fire up the cook stove," he says, and he is gone, shutting the door so quiet you can hardly tell it was ever open at all. I climb out of bed, I pull my nightgown off and take the dress I wear for chores off the hook. It is Ivy's old dress, and there are a few new rips from when Bertie and I went out to check the blackberries. Mirabelle wants me to get another year out of it, so she cut off the sleeves and made it over so it would tie up around my shoulders, but now it hangs funny and looks like what it used to be, a feed sack for chickens. That's when Mirabelle talked the first time to Papa about Eleanor, my aunt from Boston, and how she and Uncle Will still had some money, even though most everyone else around here had lost all of theirs. Maybe they could give us some, she said. But that made my Papa so mad he kicked the compost bucket off our porch, and Mirabelle got that big frown on her face and told me I had to clean it all up. The beet tops and the old oatmeal and the carrot peels. Plus, I had to mop the whole porch and the stairs just because. I have one other dress. It is the one I wore to my mama's funeral in the little church over the hill last year. Now it is all balled up and hidden away at the bottom of the chest at the foot of our bed, underneath all the books Mama told me I would read one day. My boots are on the porch where Mirabelle makes me leave them. No dirt in this house, not anymore. The door to the barn is open a little, so I know Thomas has already milked Anna May and let her outside. He gets boy chores. He plows and plants and mucks out the barn and fixes the fences and pounds nails that need nailing everywhere. The only outside jobs Mirabelle gives me are hanging up the laundry and beating the rugs and looking for eggs. "I'd be doing your mother a disservice if I didn't help you become a young lady," she tells me. Mirabelle wants to know why I don't know how to do more things. Like, how come I don't know the fork goes on the left? How come I don't know about good manners and how girls are supposed to be quiet and generous and not boastful at all? I don't tell her that Mama never told me those things. She taught me to practice my reading, because one day all those jumbled up words would sort themselves out and I would be the best reader she knew. "Don't worry," she told me, tucking an armful of Sunday books into the chest. "Everything takes time, Charlie Ann. Mirabelle teaches me different things." She brought a little book with her, The Charm of Fine Manners, and she keeps it in the pocket of her apron and she pulls it out at night after the supper dishes are done. "It is impossible for the selfish or ill-tempered girl to win love and friends," she reads. A moth thrashes against the inside of our screen door and I get up to let it out. Then Mirabelle shows me how to make a vinegar pie that tastes almost like lemon pie, because you need to know how to make things better when the hard times come, and Lord knows they come. They come for everyone. That's what she tells me. I want her to stop talking about bad things. "Are you listening?" Mirabelle asks when she finds me on the porch putting my boots on so I can go with Papa. "I want you to make one of those vinegar pies, the one your Papa likes so much." I'm looking out at the river. It is all angry this morning. It is crashing over the big boulders. I wonder if it knows that what my Papa is going to tell me. The grass is wet from the rain last night. I'm walking behind Papa. His footsteps are very big. I can fit 2 of my steps in his one. For once, I don't want to go to the river. My papa says the river is a good place to talk about bad things. The river pulls all the bad words into the deeper part and lets them sink to the bottom, and then it carries them away. For this reason, I want to go back to bed. I do not want to hear any more bad things. The river was Mama's place. This is why her grave is on the hill under her favorite oak tree. You can see way down the river, and the tree keeps you all shaded, and sometimes an acorn falls on your head. Those are lucky days, the acorn falling on your head days. They make you wise, Mama once told me. Now I come here when Mama calls me. I tell her all about Mirabelle and how Ivy isn't turning out so well now that she's a teenager. Mama tells me to try and put up with Mirabelle so things go better for me. She tells me to let Ivy look at her Movie Mirror magazine if it makes her happy, and she tells me Ivy is very lonely. I tell her it's no wonder since no one wants to be with her. A tiny grave stands out beside us for the baby who took Mama away. I try not to look at it much, seeing how the baby took Mama straight to heaven without time for goodbyes at all. Papa picks some daisies on the way. I know what he is doing. Whatever he is going to tell me, he's going to tell Mama too.